Okay guys, bit of an update. I kind of made a bit of a balls up of the rear main crank seal. Should have really dropped the sub down further with the dowel pins on the back to locate the seal, and it kind of ballsed up the seal. So I thought bollocks to it, I'm going to drop down the sump and fit it properly. Whilst I got the sump down, I thought I'd do a quick video on the TD5 oil pump bolt and pressure relief valves that can come loose. So gonna check these. This is your oil pump bolt just here, the one that people got nightmares of. It just winds itself out, then you're gonna lose your gear off the front of your oil pump, and unless you stop her in time, yeah, you're gonna seize your engine. Also seen lads recommending that your oil pressure relief bung can come loose, so I'm going to clean that up, take it out, degrease it, Loctite that one back in. Sump come down pretty handy, to be honest, because I had it jacked up for the gearbox. Just got all the bolts out and flew out, to be honest. I'll show you a picture of the sump in a minute. Looks to be very clean inside. The engine's just done 196,000 miles. No debris in the sump at all, clean. The oil don't look too shitty at the bottom of it. I don't know if someone's had it off before me, but it's very clean, to be honest. Oil's clean in the sump. So I've bought a genuine LandRover bolt with the Loctite on to do this, and we're going to just drop this one down, clean it all up, degrease it, and then retorque it back into situ, and then we'll fit a new gasket, fit the sump. Might do the rear main on this video as well, and then pick back up with the gearbox video after. Okay, so here's the old bolt here off the oil pump. As you can see, there's no signs of Loctite on this one here. It wasn't loose when I undone it. Kind of put a 3/8 ratchet on it and she went. So it wasn't loose. I'm going to be replacing it with this bolt here. It's a genuine LandRover bolt I got. I think that's your part number for it there if you're looking for one. LYP 101400. But as you can see on this bolt here, it comes with a LandRover Loctite on the new bolt. So I'm going to put this one in there. Okay, so like I said, the old bolt's out. Pulled it out. If you look on the threads there, I put some nice brake cleaner in there, cleaned it all out. The brake cleaner I've been using, I think it's some Worth stuff, and it dries up great. So you squirt it in there. Now I put a tissue, kind of squunched it up, pushed it around the threads, cleaned out all the dirt. Then I got the airline blower and blew it out, so the threads were as clean as possible as I can get them. You don't want any oil in there when you're putting that new bolt in, especially with the Loctite on there. Just be a bit careful here, guys, with this gear. As you can see at the top, there's a flat spot. There's a flat spot on the shaft of the oil pump as well, so make sure that's in the right place before you put your gear back on and torque your bolt down. Obviously, if that gear is not on the flat spot and you torque it down, she's going to come loose. So just be careful of that. I'm just going to put the new bolt in now and torque it down. Okay, new bolt installed and torqued down. 25 Newton meters. The engine didn't budge, so I torqued it down. You're supposed to have a tool to hold in these here, but nothing moved. So she went to 25 Newton meters. Not too sure about the chain, if that's loose or stretched. She says she's done nearly 200,000. If any of you guys have had a few of these, are familiar with them, just stick in the comments there if you think that's stretched or something to look into. Gonna drop down the, where is it, relief bung now. Okay, so that's what comes out when you loosen off your oil pump pressure relief bung. This was actually, barely touched it with a 1/2 inch ratchet and it come loose, so maybe I was pretty lucky with this one. It wasn't tight at all, to be honest. It wasn't 25 Newton meters tight, so no sign of Loctite on this again. Yeah, so there's no sign of Loctite on it. I've given it all clean down here. This spring here, this is your pressure relief spring, should be a minimum of 42 millimeters in length in free travel when it's out like this. Up inside again. Kind of get the same procedures last time, a bit of a degrease down with the brake clean. Then I wiped all the threads out with a cloth. There was a yellow mark out there. I don't know if that's a sign of Loctite or what, or it could just be wear or something, or where it's been sitting, the bung. So just cleaned all that now, and I'm just gonna go and put some Loctite on the threads and torque it back down. Okay then, so I just refitted the pump relief spring, refitted the bung there. Again, this is 25 Newton meters. Recommended Loctite is Loctite 542. If anyone's looking for it, that's what I found in the manual. I couldn't get hold of 542. 2700 was the only Loctite I could get hold of. It's a high strength Loctite. It's oil resistant and it's up to 150 degrees, the same as 542. So I've gone with that. So now I'm going to get the sump cleaned out, put that back up, torque it all down. That's the next job. So yeah, while I was doing the bolt and the pressure relief valve, I had the sump draining there. But see, if you can see, it's pretty spotless, this sump for something with 200,000 and the original engine. The oil was nice and clean. She has been serviced regularly, this one, so give the sump a good clean out now, get it nice and clean. New gasket on, we'll get it back up and torque down. Okay then, sump back up. It's not too bad a job. You've got to put a little bit of sealant at the front corners where your front cover joins your engine block, and then just a little bit of sealant along the back edges of where your rear main seal joins the engine block. The gasket's pretty handy, to be honest. There's a rubber gasket on there, but it has little rubber dowels. Just see this one here. Has one there, and then there's another one on the back on the other side, and there's also dowels sticking up into the engine block. So it makes it's quite easy to fit the gasket, to be honest. A little bit wriggly, give enough space on the front axle. But those little rubber things, a lot of people slag LandRover stuff off, but it's actually quite a good idea. Otherwise it could be a bit of a fucking pain in the ass. Try to get that gasket on, it holds it in place just enough to get your bolts started and get everything lined up. So that's up there. These bolts you've got to torque in sequence, 25 Newton meters. The 4 across the back, 4 longer bolts up in there on this side. They're 28 Newton meters. There's the gasket part number, if you guys are looking for it. It's a good gasket, good quality gasket. So, yeah, not a bad job then, really. Obviously a bit easier because I had the gearbox out of it. It's up on stands. So I've kind of got a distance on. I've got a 2-inch lift kit on it, so I don't know if that helps me out a little bit with the clearance with the sump on the axle. Might be a bit of if we didn't have a lift kit, it might be a bit harder to get the sump down, but didn't find it too bad, to be honest. So if you guys got any questions or anything, just give us a shout.